Hey viewers, hey subscribers, and good morning y'all, and welcome back to my channel, All Things Aquarian, you guys. So good morning and happy Saturday, y'all. I hope everyone is doing well. It's raining here in Missouri. Currently we're under a thunderstorm. Y'all, last weekend I was not able to go live because I was out of town with my sisters and we were having the time of our lives together. So yeah, and I'm always make time for my family. So there's that. And my sisters, they live at a distance from me, so we don't see each other as often as I would like for us to. But hey, when sister duty calls and I'm the oldest, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna show up. So I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Welcome to my channel if you're new. If you're new, please drop your name in the chat and let me know where you're watching from. I'm currently in Missouri. Currently. Oh, good morning and happy Saturday, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope all is well. If you're wanting a reading, you guys, please either send a super chat, Cash App, or PayPal, or if you're wanting a free reading, drop a pink heart in the chat, okay? Those are really the main things that I ask. And my moderator, Aisha, she usually pops in. I am looking for another moderator in case, because I think in April she might be unavailable. So yeah, I'm looking for one more moderator. If you're interested in moderating for my channel, which I would love, let me know, okay? Let me know. Missouri. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. But I'm giving everybody a few minutes to hop in. I think I'm gonna wait a few minutes before I start doing readings. Wait for a few people to hop in. It's okay. I'm still waiting for people to hop in anyway. Y'all forgot to bring my iPad, but guess what? Guess what I got instead? I have my dry erase board. Because I like to keep things very simple. So this still stands. If you were in my live stream the last time I was here, remember I did this board? Because a lot of questions I get like, oh, am I going to hear, is Alex going to reach out to me? Now, mind you, if you and Alex have not been consistently talking, dating, or any of those things, you're not on Alex's mind, okay? So always remember that 0 activity plus 0 thoughts means 0 action. No contact, no comprende, okay? Always. Now, the situation is a little bit different. It's a little bit different if you guys are actively dating, talking, communicating on a regular, consistent basis. If it's every day, every other day, it's a little bit different because one person putting in effort plus another person putting in effort, right? There's mutual communication, there's mutual action. That means there's a relationship there. If you don't hear from them, there's no action, there's no plans, there's no activity, there's nothing, there's nada. Okay? Hope that's clear. for the people. Am I going to hear from so-and-so? If you had an argument or a disagreement, it may depend on what the disagreement was about. How it got that deep, how it got that serious, what was said. You know what I'm saying? If the words that were exchanged were very hurtful and harmful to someone's ego, really, cut deep. That's why people have to learn as adults conflict management skills. You have to learn how to bite your tongue, especially if you're in a conflict or a disagreement with somebody that you love and care about. You have to be mindful of the words you speak. Hey, Alina, because people need the schooling. People have forgotten basic math. People have forgotten basic math. So I'm just a little reminder, you know what I'm saying? Just a little reminder that zero activity plus zero effort, zero communication means zero relationship. Nada, zero. Okay? They're not there. They're not thinking about you. They're not reaching out. There's nothing. And as a general rule of thumb for me, see how I got two people right there? Two people right there. If y'all are actually talking and y'all are actually dating and this person actually is showing their effort and they're communicating with you, 1 + 1 is 2. Always. Always. You have effort, you have consistency, you have communication. That means there's thoughts, there's feelings. You guys see each other, you text, you know what I'm saying? Y'all call, you FaceTime, there's gifts exchanged, there's dates planned. There's 2 active people in a relationship. But if it's not that and it's not giving, we got 0. 0. I have to take it back to the basics because people be asking me these questions and I'm like, it's very, very simple. So one thing about people, and I do know people, I know people very well. Okay? So my life around people. I know people very well. People will show you exactly how they feel about you based on how they treat you or don't treat you. If they're not talking to you, they probably don't fool with you like that. If they don't communicate with you, they probably don't fool with you like that. Have you ever had somebody come to your house or they call you all the time, like a bugaboo? That because that person really, really likes your energy. They like being around you. They like your company. See what I'm saying? But if a person don't really care for you like that, or their mind is preoccupied elsewhere, they're focused on something else or somebody else, they got something else going on, you're not going to hear from them like that. They're not going to be blowing up your phone. They're not going to be coming over to your house. They're not going to be asking when they can see you again. None of that, because they're not interested. And I think a lot of times, women especially become very delusional in relationships and think that, well, I need to do, maybe if I did this or did my hair differently or lost 20 pounds, it don't matter. If the person is not into you, they're not into you, and you cannot force love. You cannot force a situation. You got to learn to let people go. Learn to let people choose what they would rather do, because that'll tell you what you need to know. 1 + 1 is 2. That's always my saying. 1 + 1 is 2. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. It don't add up. And usually if they give you a story, like the story doesn't make sense. Oh, the reason I didn't show up last week, we were supposed to be at the movies together, was, my baby mama called and she wanted me to come pick my son up. Sir, we've been planning this date for 2 weeks. And at the very last minute, on the day of, she calls you and asks you to come pick your son up, and you couldn't have figured out to tell her, I'm sorry, I already have prior engagements. You're going to have to work something else out. I can pick him up tomorrow. People show you how they feel about you, their actions or the lack thereof. Their actions or the lack thereof. That's why we had to have a math lesson, because a lot of people are not getting simple math. Simple math is if he wanted to, he would. Now, I know a lot of people don't like this saying. Well, that's not always true. Everybody on the internet is always going to have something to say. They always have something to say. They really do. They always have something to say about something. They don't like this. They don't like that. They don't agree. Okay, just keep scrolling. No one asked you. No one is here for specifically one person's whatever. Like, if you don't agree, just keep on. It's really very simple. All right, y'all. I'm creating my list. So anybody who's wanting a reading, if you want to be bumped up, you can send in your donation through Super Chat, Cash App, or PayPal. Or you can just wait until I get my people, at least 3, before I start doing readings. But you'll have to drop a pink heart in the chat before I get started. Good questions as a rule of thumb to ask is, what is the potential of this relationship? Is it possible that this relationship could grow into something more serious? You know, how can I improve my finances? That's another good question. How can I improve my career? Like, when people think of tarot, they specifically think of love and relationship questions, but there's so many other things outside of that you could ask questions about. But if you're going to ask love and relationship questions, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because why are you asking me about your baby daddy and his new girlfriend? Why are you that concerned? You know what I mean? Like, why? Why do you care enough? If you're going to ask love questions about your current situation, not somebody that you have fantasized about, not somebody that you think has a crush on you, but y'all have never even had a conversation. Like, it has to make sense. Tarot has to make sense, and a lot of people tend to a lot of people tend to misunderstand that. It has to make sense. Don't ask me a weird off the wall question like, what might Steven get me for Christmas? Y'all just started talking last week. Also, there's the element of surprise. And here's another thing that people fail to realize. Life is an experience. Life is an experience. So a lot of things that we ask, we want to know. Everything is not for us to know. Every single detail in life is not for us to know. Hi, Sanja. I don't know where y'all get this thing from, said hi. If you're going to say hi, just say hi. Welcome to my channel. Hi, Leela. Anybody wanting a reading? I know I mentioned it earlier. If either you can send a donation through the Super Chat, or you can drop a pink heart. I'm waiting for 3 people before I start going down the list to do readings. Hey, Leela. Hey, Sanja. Where y'all watching from? Where y'all viewing from? If you hear rain in the background, it's thunderstorming. So there's that. Sorry, Sandra. I just use Steven. I just use the name Steven because it's common as an example. Common names: Steven, Michael, John, Jim, Jimmy, Jason, Devin. Common names like Ashley, Lisa, Kimberly, Rachel, Sarah. Just common names. So when I give examples, I like to use things that are relatable to my audience, to my subscribers. Like, okay, y'all can relate to this thing. So I have to use an example. That's why I have my little dry erase board over here, so people can see that 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 1 is 2. If you don't have 2 people communicating, 2 people putting in effort, 2 people wanting the same goal, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Y'all might as well just part ways. Also, you guys, if you're hopping in, please thumbs up the live stream. Please do me that favor and thumbs up the live stream, and also subscribe to the channel. Please and thank you guys so much. Leela, did you drop a pink heart in the chat? If I see a pink heart, I know that you're wanting a reading. Or if I see a green or a super chat flash across my screen and you sent the donation, immediately at the top of the list. If you send a Cash App, immediately at the top of the list. Make sure you drop a green heart, though. If you send a payment or donation, make sure you drop a green heart in the chat. Otherwise, it's pink. I know a lot of Stevens. Actually, this just reminded me, y'all. I used to have those fish, the type of fish that they have like a suction and they stick to your fish tank on the inside. We used to have, I think they're called Plecostomus fish. We used to have one and his name was Steven. And let me tell you, Steven ate, I don't even know what happened to Steven, but he died. Steven, we had Steven for some years. Steven lasted for some years, y'all. Steven was holding on. And he got, like when we got him, he was small, but then he was like, Steven had got big. But he was always on one side of the tank. That was his side of the fish tank. The other fish knew not to bother him. Steven was living the life, y'all. He didn't have no responsibilities. Leela. Okay, so you'll be first, Leela. Was there anyone else wanting a reading? I know, so funny. Why? And I don't even know how we ended up naming him Steven. I think it was my sister. I think my sister named him Steven, and I don't even know where she got that from. I don't know. We were kids, so I don't know. But yeah. Now I'm kind of like, I want a fish tank, but I don't want a fish tank because I'm scared of maintenance with fish. And fish are sensitive. So like if you clean your fish tank out and then you put fresh water in there, if you don't change it regularly, it could kill the fish. Fish are very sensitive, and I think fish are beautiful. People who have tanks in their homes, like aquariums, I think they're absolutely gorgeous. But I know that it takes a lot of work, and every fish eats something different. All fish don't eat the same thing, and you have to do your tank a certain way. So it's a lot of work. It's almost more work than having a dog or a cat. I do think it's pretty though. Was there anybody else wanting a reading? If so, please drop a pink heart in the chat, you guys. I'm just trying to wait until we get at least 3 people. I have 1. Also, let us know where you're viewing from. You hear that thunder? Today is the day, y'all. I don't even want to be outside. I don't even want to go outside if I don't have to. I don't know, I must have cut my finger. Okay, Leela. I'm just waiting for more people to drop into the live stream. What else was I going to tell y'all this morning? Let me pull some cards, y'all. I have an affirmations and advice oracle deck, and I'm going to pull some affirmations for y'all while we're waiting. While we're waiting on people to hop into the live stream. Let's pull some. I actually created this deck myself. I did not buy it. I made it. All right, Spirit. Let's see what affirmations we got. Today's affirmation: you are the only one that can get you there. That's today's affirmation. You're the only one that can get you there. That's it. That's all. So this is just affirming you got the power. You have the power. Okay. It's another one. Advice: push yourself. Push yourself. Okay. Don't quit so easily. You got this. You got this. Okay. Tell yourself you got this. You can and you will. You can and you will. Okay. You can and you will. You can and you will. I can and I will. You got to tell yourself that. You really do. Next affirmation, I attract, I don't chase. I attract, I don't chase. Yes. So what happens when you chase? With that being said, what happens when you chase? When you chase after something so like aggressively, you know what I find? And I found this in experience, not just with myself, but other people who are close to me. When you really, really put so much emphasis on something and you don't just allow things to occur naturally, you end up pushing that blessing away because you're so overly focused on that particular thing. It's kind of like when it comes to manifestation, it's like you have to set the intention, know what it is you desire, and go about it in a healthy way. You don't want to obsess over a thing, a person, a situation, money. You don't want to obsess over it. You have to allow it to come to you. It'll come to you. We understand that you want it. Put yourself in a position to receive it, but don't chase it. Don't chase after it. And even in the Bible, in Proverbs, it speaks about people who chase riches. Riches will have certainly grown wings and fly away. Because here the thing is, life is very short, right? Life is short. So if you imagine the average age of someone, I think the average age for women is about 80 years. For men, it's about 70. You can Google it. But imagine spending half of that time, 40 years of your life, chasing after money, chasing after riches, chasing after nonsense and materialistic things, and wasting it on that nonsense. And I'm not saying that money is not important, but there's more important things than money. There's more important things than having a big house or a fancy car, or, you know what I'm saying? Like a 3-car garage and having 50 acres of land and all of this stuff. I'm not saying that assets are not important, but if you spend all of your time and energy chasing after it, and you don't spend time working on yourself as an individual, being self-aware, taking care of your health, connecting with your family and people that love you and care about you, your life is going to pass by so quickly. And before you know it, you're going to feel empty because you've pushed away a lot of people, not focusing on your relationships with people. You know what I mean? Hey, Leandra. Hi, Denton. Welcome to my channel if you're new. So just keep that in mind. You can attract things, right? We manifest through attraction. But chasing after things aggressively, like, I gotta get to this money, I gotta get to the bag, I gotta do, it's craziness. It's nonsense. It also puts your body in a state of, it puts your mind and your body in a state of constant fight or flight. Anxiety, walking around with high anxiety, y'all, is very bad for your health, especially for Black women. The #1 killer of Black women in the United States is it's heart failure. It's heart attacks, heart failure due to stress-related things. Stress-related things, always being in survival mode, always chasing after money, like this type of thing. You cannot always be stressed out, worried about this, that, and the third. If I'm Guyanese or Trinidadian, not that I'm aware of. Guyanese, I don't know what Guyanese is, but I know I'm not Trinidadian. There is West African in my lineage. There's West African, like from the Ivory Coast. What do you call it? Ghanaian from Ghana. African, there's Ghanaian in my bloodline. Yes, definitely Indian. I have Cherokee, I have Blackfoot. Those Indians were in Tennessee, Cherokee, Illinois. I have Irish as well. But heavy Indian. Yeah, heavy Indian. My grandmother's Cherokee. So let's see, we got Leela, Leandra. Oh, really? Yeah, Ghana. I would love to at one point in my life actually be able to visit the Ivory Coast. It looks so beautiful to me and it looks so peaceful out there. in Ghana. But you gonna laugh when I say this. I've had bad experiences with African men. I don't want to be bothered with them. Like, I have my significant other. I don't want to be bothered with them because they're very aggressive. Like, if they see a beautiful woman, they're very bold and they will very much come up to you and they will very much try to converse with you. And it's like very aggressive. Like in the United States, it's different, but their flirting, like, is very aggressive. African men have a very, if you know what I'm saying, if you know, you know. African men have a very aggressive, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been told several times by African men that they wanted me to be their wife. And I'm like, sir, we just met 5 minutes ago. What are you talking about? That's how aggressive they are. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I think it's just the culture. I think it's just the culture. Like, they're very assertive people. Very assertive. And I've been around, like, one of my very close friends, her family, her mom was Nigerian, and I think her dad was from Ghana. But her mom used to crack me up all the time because she was very like I think it's just African culture to be very, like, they don't hold their tongue. Africans do not hold their tongue. They speak what's on their mind, and they do not mind telling you what they think and what they know. They do not mind. Very assertive. Thank you, love. So Leela, Leandra, is there anybody else in the chat who's wanting a reading, you guys, so we can get started pulling cards? But yes, you attract, you don't chase. You don't have to chase anything that's meant for you, even if it's a job, y'all. Because I literally had, oh really, Nigerian. Yeah, I love the Nigerians. I find that the Nigerians are just real cool people. Like, they're very, like, family oriented. They have big weddings, and the Nigerians be cooking up some stuff. They really do. And I love the Ghanaians too. But it's like, I don't know, the Nigerians. But yeah, there's definitely African and there's definitely Indian. If you can see my skin, you see the red undertones. Cherokee, baby. Real Cherokee. Anything with red looks really great on my skin because of the red undertones. So I have Leela, Leandra. Hold on, let me get my, because y'all know I be running my mouth. So I'm gonna write on my dry erase board. Leela, Leandra. Also, you guys, I'm still looking for a second moderator because Mayan, oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. But yes, girl, one day I would love to visit Ghana. I would love to visit the Ivory Coast of West Africa. It just seems like a beautiful spot. Because Africa has beaches because it's right there. It's right there on the Atlantic, you know. So Leela, Leandra, I need one more person, you guys. If you're wanting a reading in the chat, please feel free to drop a pink heart in the chat or send a donation. Thank you, Leandra, for the donation. I appreciate it very much. Also, you guys, if you're new and you're just hopping in and you're listening, please feel free to thumbs up. Even if you don't subscribe, please at least thumbs up the live stream. We appreciate it. If you feel to subscribe, please hit that subscribe button as well. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. If you don't hit the notification bell, you're not going to be notified when I go live. And I usually go live every weekend. So, been trying to stick to my schedule. Last week, I was with my sisters. And baby, we had a time. A time was had. We went to have Japanese food. If you're not a big Japanese person, like you're not big on Japanese cuisine, it probably, whatever. But, which my fiance is not. He don't eat Japanese food, but I do. So, we had a blast. Yes, I heard it's a very long flight, and I've never been on a plane before. Terrified, absolutely terrified. But yeah, in the future, definitely want to go to Africa. That's on my list of things to do. Africa, Jamaica. I've always wanted to visit Italy for some reason. Don't Listen, okay? And now I'm thinking about Ireland because I've never been, just because I've never been. And I have some Irish in my blood as well. I would love to visit Ireland. Ireland looks like it's a very beautiful place to visit. Yeah. Yeah, Jamaica. I want to visit Costa Rica too. Costa Rica, Jamaica, Africa, Italy, Ireland. Y'all have a bucket list. Yes. Listen, one of my top favorite people are the Jamaicans. Are the Jamaicans. And the funny thing is, I've been around Jamaicans and Trinidadians for a long time. So, long time. Jamaica is so beautiful. And I feel like Jamaica is one of those places where they haven't been like, that island has not been like completely just taken over. Like it has such a natural beauty to it. And there's so much life in Jamaica. And a lot of people in Jamaica live a very long time. And I feel like it's because Jamaica is so rich. Like when I say Jamaica is so rich, I mean like in resources, you know? Jamaica is rich in resources. And Jamaicans just have great food. Jamaican man, see, if we wasn't at war, I would be booking a trip to Jamaica. Yes, very much so. Spiritual. Jamaica is very spiritual. I feel like Jamaicans are very connected to the source, the divine. And I feel like Jamaica, the country itself, is just beautiful. Like even people's skin in Jamaica, it looks so healthy. Like they look so healthy to me. But they're also by the ocean. A lot of their food is fresh. Like, and all of the trees and the natural, like the coconut, it looks different in Jamaica than coconut here. The banana, the plantain, all of that, it looks healthy there. I was explaining to someone the other day what we call dumplings in Jamaica. In Jamaica, they're called biscuits and vice versa. I think it's a British thing, but I remember there was an older woman that my mom used to talk to all the time. Hi, Jeff. And she would cook, the saltfish and ackee. And she would call it a pot of dumplings, but they're thick. They're like, you know what I'm saying, Leandra. They're like what we call biscuits here. But she would make it like in a pot. And then she would make the saltfish and ackee and rice and peas, this type of thing. Yes, and also because we have melanin, like Black people, we have to have that sun, that vitamin D, and you're gonna get it on the island. I don't know. Does it get cold in Jamaica? I was gonna say I don't think it ever even gets cold in Jamaica. But yeah, one of my favorite things from Jamaica, which I think this is a West Indian Trinidadian combination. So you will have curry goat, and they have of course jerk, anything jerk, curry goat, and they'll have pilau, but I think pilau is West Indian Trinidadian. So the two islands are close to each other, so there's a lot of, I think there's similarities, but they're different. Yeah, love Jamaica. Yes, oxtails. Oh my goodness, oxtails. How can I forget about oxtails? Oxtails are so like, and I have not had a real Jamaican patty since I have not been around real Jamaican people, because they know how to make the Jamaican beef patties. So what cracks me up, What cracks me up about Jamaicans, when they tell you off, they're going to tell you off. And if Jamaicans are selling something to you, they are going to hype this thing up. They're going to make you think that is the best thing ever in the world. Like, you can't find another of this thing because you need to have this thing. Like, Jamaicans are so, it cracks me up. They're so convincing about whatever they believe in. They're very strong about it. I think it depends on who makes it and how they prepare it, because I've had it sometimes and it's kind of like, it wasn't the best, you know, but then other times I've had it and it was really like, okay. But I think my favorite is red snapper. Red snapper, that fish, the red snapper, and I think they get it fresh out the ocean over there. Red snapper. I don't even think we have red snapper here in the US. I think you could only get it down there. Now, they might start harvesting it here and bring it here, but red snapper is like, that's the fish. Yes. Red snapper, like, whew. Yeah. Because they cook it with they cook the whole fish with the seasonings and the spices and the rice and, you know, rice and peas, red snapper, cabbage, all of it. Yeah. Now y'all got me wanting to go to Jamaica. But it's just, the island is beautiful. I know, like, everywhere there's parts, you know, there's parts that are dangerous or, you know, that are more impoverished than other areas, but that's everywhere. But the island, I think, it has a lot of beautiful parts as well. You just have to know the island. But yeah, shout out to the Jamaicans. Yes. Also, porridge. Is porridge a Jamaican thing or is this a Trinidadian thing? I think porridge is just a West Indian porridge because the older lady, I always call her my mom. She was like my grandmother. She was like in her 80s, from Jamaica. She's from Kingston. And she would make us porridge. But porridge is kind of like, it's kind of like grits, but not really like grits. Yeah. Leela, are you still here? You can drop your question, love. Yeah. Yes, corn-like. Yes, it kind of reminded me a little bit of the consistency of grits. But she would put like cinnamon in it and brown sugar and this type of thing. Ginger beer. Ginger beer is a regular for Jamaicans. Ginger beer. Ginger goes in just about everything though. Ginger goes into curry. But I think also curry is the Indian influence in Jamaica. I think that's from the Indian influence. Adrian's feelings towards you. Let me see. That's what it sounds like. And I think she probably did use that because here in the States, you know, it's different. Like, you don't have access to the same things, you know. It's a little bit different here because you don't have the same thing straight from the island there. What are Adrian's feelings towards Leela? But yeah, love it. As far as Africans, I haven't had a lot of African. I think I've tried mfufu once, but I haven't had a lot of African dishes. I've had a Ghanaian dish with rice, and I don't remember what it was called. It was pretty yummy though. Here, what are Adrian's feelings towards Leela? I'm going to reshuffle because two cards came out. So I'm going to reshuffle a little bit better. We have the Fool. We have the Fool. The Fool energy, Leela, his energy is kind of like how he feels is this is a little bit risky. The relationship is like, it's hit or miss. It might go somewhere, it might not. Hey, Izzy. Yeah, and then also Africans have like a, I forget what this is called, but it's like a stew or like a soup with, it's like dried fish. It's like a fish stew. It's actually pretty yummy. It has vegetables in it. Okay. High Priestess. Hi, Healing Heart 77. High Priestess is here. He may be trusting his intuition in regards to what leap of faith he's going to take in this relationship. Happy Saturday. Leela, are you and Adrian currently actively dating, or y'all just not in communication right now? Okay, love. Either you can drop a pink heart, or you can send a super chat or Cash App or PayPal donation, and then drop a green heart, and you'll go immediately. Your question will be answered right after Leandra. Four of Wands. Four of Wands. He feels like you guys need to build a solid foundation in order for it to work. Y'all would have to build a solid foundation. You have contact, yeah. Two of Pentacles, he's a little bit indecisive. That's what I'm seeing here. He's juggling between offering you stability and like doing his own thing. I feel like the Fool is like he wants to kind of explore more, see what's out there, see his options. Because the funny thing is, I did see the Seven of Cups come out, which is about multiple options and things, right? And then the Four of Wands is more like you're building a solid foundation, and he's kind of like in his head about it. With the High Priestess, he's really considering intuitively. He feels like you want a committed relationship with him, but at the same time, it's like he kind of wants to do his thing. How does he feel? He feels like you have some insecurities. I have the Five of Pentacles here. Like he feels like you have some insecurities that may be affecting the relationship. Okay. Hey Latoya, green hearts are for donations. If you send a donation, you get bumped up. So it's Leandra, and then if you send whoever else sends a donation, they'll be after Leandra because she donated. Pink hearts are for free readings. Yes, I saw it. Yeah, he feels like that you may be a little bit unhappy with the situation because it's not going the way that you want it to go. And he's kind of like, honestly, with that leap of faith card, that Fool card, it's like he kind of like wants to do his own thing, but he knows that you want a solid, committed relationship. So it's almost like you're going to have to choose how you want to proceed. Do you want to leave it alone? Is it worth holding on to? Is it worth it? Or, you know what I mean? Or is it worth trying to stick around for? You're welcome, Latoya. Hi, Miss Key Armstrong. Welcome to my channel, you guys. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel and please thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, y'all. Yeah, I feel like if you stick around, you might end up in this Five of Cups energy, to be honest, Leela. I feel like this will be the end result of this whole situation, and you're going to end up leaving. I have the 8 of Cups here. You're going to end up walking away, having regrets if you stick around. If you stick around, it may be better to just move along. You're welcome. Especially if you're not, always remember, if you're not getting the love and respect that a king should give, move around. If you're not being treated with care and concern and decency and love and respect, the same type of energy that you give to someone is the same type of energy you should be receiving as well. A relationship consists of 2 people. A marriage consists of 2 people. Both parties working together, united as a couple, as a team. There's no I in team. So if you're not working together, you're pulling apart. And if you're pulling apart, you might as well just be single. Okay, Leandra. You are next, love. So let me... Did you drop your question, Leandra? Because I want to make sure I didn't miss it. Also, you should never have to beg a grown adult, man or woman. You should never have to beg a grown adult to treat you with that type of decency, that love and respect. Look at this. Spirit says it's unrequited. That means it's one-sided, and we don't do one-sided over here. We don't. I'd rather be alone than to be in a relationship with someone who's half-assing my needs, who doesn't really care. You know what I'm saying? Will you meet your life partner by next year? I got you, love. Spirit, what is the possible outcome of Leandra finding love by next year? Are you dating right now, Leandra? Look at this. Look, immediately we got the 2 of Cups. So Spirit's like, yes, girl. Yes, girl. There's somebody in your energy. Somebody in your energy. 2 of Cups. Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this is definitely a sign that you might meet somebody new. Y'all just kick it off real slow. Take it slow. You know, calling, texting, whatever. Page of Cups is like, I'm just getting to know you type of energy. But I'm getting yes. I'm getting yes. I feel like you could meet this person while you're out and about. The world is here. This is about travel, or it could be a long distance relationship. The person, you're welcome, Miss Key Armstrong. And if you should be, as you should be, Leandra, you should be picky as hell. Because to be honest, women tend to suffer the most in relationships. Men bounce around just like they do with kids. They'll have kids by this person and that person, and they can bounce around because they're not the sole caretakers of children. That's why women need to be very selective and very careful of who they have children with. Because you're stuck with a baby. He's not. He can move around freely. He can go from this person to that person. He's not taking a kid, but I bet you, if women started leaving men with kids, they would start thinking about it. They would start thinking about it. The world is here. Travel. So you might travel somewhere, Leandra, by next year and actually meet someone that is interested. Y'all have a mutual interest, or this person could live at a distance from you. Not very, very far, but a distance, a little drive, 30 minutes, an hour. I would say if it's a long distance relationship, I've never seen, right, exactly. You definitely have to be on the same page. Definitely. If you want family and he doesn't, it's never going to work. It's never going to work. You and your spouse have to be on the same page. If you don't want kids, you don't want to be with somebody who does. If you do want kids, you want somebody who wants kids. If you're looking for marriage and they're not, let them go. Women have to learn to cut. I was just having this conversation with one of my very close friends the other day, because she was telling me about a story about some woman that she worked with that she was engaged. The lady was engaged to her fiance, and the man didn't want kids, and she wanted kids. So she left him. They were engaged. So she left the guy, right? Because she wanted kids and he did not. So she left. So come to find out, after she broke up with him, she found out she was pregnant. And then the guy ended up calling, oh, babe, I miss you. I really do want to marry you. I want us to be together. So they get back together, right? She ends up having a baby and they get married. Fast forward a couple years. Now he leaves. He leaves. He told that woman from the beginning he did not want kids. Do you see where I'm going with this story? He told that woman before the engagement. He did not want kids, and she wanted kids, and she settled. She stuck around with somebody who did not want kids. When men tell women things, women need to listen, and listen very closely. If you ever receive an empty threat from a man, he means what he says. If I ever catch you with so-and-so, I'm going to do X, Y, Z to you. Believe him. I don't want kids. Believe him. I ain't really trying to settle down right now. Believe him. He's not lying. I don't know why women think, oh, well, he just saying that, or he don't really mean that. He really wants to have a baby with me. He does not. Do you see it? He does not. Also, on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have to be very careful because men lie. Men will lie to get what they want. So you also have to pay attention to words and actions. Oh, I love you. You're the only person for me. I want to be with you. Da, 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 da. But then his actions are saying something different. He's moving like he's single. He's being sneaky. He's being evasive. You don't hear from him very much. He's not saying, baby, I love you anymore. He's not doing the little things that he used to do when you first started dating to make you feel loved and appreciated. But he loves you. That don't add up. It doesn't add up. And if it doesn't add up and it doesn't make sense, there's a lie in it somewhere. So pay attention to not just what's being said, but pay attention to the actions as well. Hey, hot girl Vic, welcome to my channel. You see what I'm saying? Actions always speak louder than words, but you do have to listen to words, because when men speak, they mean what they say. They mean what they say. A lot of men who have a bunch of kids by different baby mamas never wanted those kids in the beginning. Just like a lot of women who have a bunch of kids never wanted those kids to begin with. They thought that, and nobody wants to admit this, they thought by having this man's child, it would keep him. That's why y'all see these stories in the news about these kids going missing. They finding the baby somewhere because the mother thought that she was going to have the baby. She didn't want the baby. She wanted the man. And she thought by having the baby, it would keep the man. And now she's upset because the man found out that she was crazy and he left. Instead of taking his child like a real man and taking responsibility, he left her and the child. And now his child is in danger because she never wanted the child. She wanted to be with the man. Do you see what I'm saying? But a lot of these men who have children, they never wanted kids to begin with. They wanted to play around. They wanted to live life. And that's why you see a lot of bitter mothers, because they're like, damn, I got pregnant by this guy when I was like 19, 20, 21. Exactly, Miss Key Armstrong. Never, but people do it though. I did not know that was a real thing, y'all. I lived a very sheltered life. Yes, they will sabotage you. I swear to God, they will sabotage you, Leandra. A lot of men are out here to sabotage women because a lot of them hate to see a woman living their best life, living her best life, living peacefully, enjoying her money and going places and doing things with her life. They will purposely get you pregnant because they don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you thriving. They're upset because they already have 4 or 5 kids by somebody. They're miserable. They're broke. They never went anywhere in life. And so they will intentionally get you pregnant because they don't want to see you excel in life. You have to be careful. As a woman, you have to think smart. You have to think like a man, and you have to think smart. Yes, you listened. You believed him. When men tell women stuff, women have got to listen. If he tells you, I already got 3 kids. Somebody else, another person, that an acquaintance of mine from school, she was telling me that her husband comes from a big family and she wants more kids, but he does not because he had to raise his siblings. It's him and 4 other siblings. I understand why that man doesn't want any more children. Why would you put yourself in a situation to have another child when y'all already have one? He's already made it very clear he doesn't want any more. And she's like, well, if I get pregnant, I get pregnant. Like, you're setting yourself up for a situation to where another child can be brought in. And then what happens when this child feels that the father doesn't really want them because he barely wanted the one. He barely wanted the one. He's not present with the one because the man is in the military. So he's not really present. And this is why I say women have to think smart. You have to have a child because you want a child. Not because he talking about, oh, I want to have a baby. I want to put a baby in you. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Any man saying that he wants to put a baby in you, that's dangerous. Leave ASAP. Yes, Healing Heart 77. Yeah, I had went through some of the same things. Learning things the hard way. Thank God I did not have any kids with anyone. But I went through some hell with some relationships because I had to find out the hard way that a lot of men lie. They will pretend to an end. Yes, a lot of them, it's manipulation. It's lies and manipulations to get what they want. You have to really call a man on his bluff. And I'm not saying to lie or play games, but you do kind of have to play the game in order to get what you want. And what I mean by that is call him on his bluff. He's talking about, oh, I want to be with you. Put him through it. Put him through it. Make him prove that he wants to be with you. You have to tell men no. You have to tell men no. To see how he reacts to being told no. What happens when things don't go his way? What happens when he has to go out of his way for you to do something for you that he really didn't want to do? He didn't feel like it. He didn't feel like it. But he always expects you to go out of your way when you're out running around, you're grocery shopping, you got the kids. Oh, babe, can you pick this up for me while you out? Can you bring this to the house? I need an extra this. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so can you pick this up for me? Is it going to be a problem? You know what I'm saying? There's that. But Leandra, I do see you meeting someone by next year. There will be a connection. Spirit is saying it's going to start off slow. You might be younger than this person, or they might be a little bit younger than you. Either way, when it comes to age differences, I've never seen a big age gap work. I've never seen a big age gap work. No, not yet, Latoya. I'm still finishing Leandra's. I've never seen like a 10-year age gap that it never works out. It never works out. So at most, I would say maybe a 5-year difference age gap between you. But any more than that, I wouldn't fool with it. 5 or 6 years. Any more than that, I wouldn't fool with it. Because it never works out. But I see you going out, traveling, going places, and you're going to meet people. Spirit says to trust your intuition, though. Trust your gut feeling. If you don't feel comfortable, I have the 9 of Cups. If you don't feel comfortable, Spirit says, baby, move around. Move in a totally different direction. If you converse with this person and you find out that, for example, that maybe you and this person don't have similar interests or similar goals. Also beware of people with no morals, because people who have no morals, and I'm not saying that they need to be religious per se, like if you're a Christian and he's Catholic, it's not going to work because those religions clash. Two totally different, you know what I'm saying? Which religion is just a mechanism for control anyway, but I'm saying morals. Like you don't need a religion to be a moral person. There's a common thing of right and wrong. I know without being a religious person, it's wrong to steal from someone. You see what I'm saying? It's wrong to unalive someone or attempt to do such a thing or intentionally lie to someone and sabotage someone. There's just certain code of conduct that's just wrong. People who are willing to do anything for $1, people who are willing to do anything to get what they want, people who have anger problems. If you see signs of anger problems, very violently aggressive over the smallest little thing, like a big adult temper tantrum, be very, very careful and very mindful not to put yourself or your children in a dangerous situation. Some people are running around here with demons. They're unhealed. They've never been treated, never seen a psychiatrist, a therapist, and that is not your job to fix them. You cannot and will not fix them. Matter of fact, they will harm you. They will harm you. There are people out here who will you. They will do it. If given the opportunity, the right opportunity in the right situation, they will do it. We see it all the time. So if you ever feel unsafe or you ever get a threatened, take every single threat seriously. We don't play over here. Take every single, you need to call your mama, your daddy, your brothers, whoever, and let them know that this person is threatening you. He said things and he's done things to put your life and the life of your children in danger, and you need to move out of there quickly. Get out of there quickly. Don't Don't be like, well, he said, but I know him. He's not that kind of person. If he said it, again, this goes back to listening to what men say. If he said it, he meant it. And you better take it seriously. You better file a police report. You better tell law enforcement so you have a paper trail in case something does happen, because it will. They're just waiting. A lot of people are just waiting for the right circumstances to carry out evil things. You have to be careful. You have to be aware. You have to be aware. A lot of people are not alive today because they didn't take somebody's threat seriously. They didn't take it seriously. Law enforcement didn't take it seriously. Well, we were called out to this residence several times. There were arguments, and now she's dead, and so are all 5 of the kids. The family, well, we knew they were having some problems. Y'all didn't tell her to leave it alone? Y'all didn't tell her to get them kids and get out of there? Get out of state? Yes, you got to go. Exactly, Healing Hearts. And I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm so sorry that happened to you. But you see exactly what I mean. You see exactly what I mean. Some people will be like, well, you know, I have anger problems. You need to fix your anger problems. Everybody gets angry. That's a natural human emotion. Anger is a natural human emotion, but everybody is not running around putting their hands on someone. When it becomes physical, the relationship is over. But if anybody tries to lay a hand on anybody, you need to end that relationship, male or female, because men go through abuse too. Male or female, anybody putting their hands on somebody is an absolute no. It is a no. There's no reason to put your hand on somebody because you don't agree with something that they've said or done. You don't do that. It's not acceptable. You go to jail. You go to jail. That's what happens to people who do that. So Leandra, I'm seeing, yes, you will meet someone, but Spirit says, be aware, pay attention, make sure your goals and their goals are in alignment with your goals, that y'all are moving in the same direction. And don't let them just be talk. Pay attention to how that person moves, their energy around you, how they treat you, all of the things, how they treat their own family, their own kids, how they deal with you. Okay. Latoya, you can go ahead and drop yours, drop your question. But yeah, please take all threats seriously. My mom had a best friend growing up. My mom, beautiful young lady. When I tell y'all, this girl was so beautiful, and she had 3 beautiful babies by this man. It's very serious. He was angry. You're welcome, Leandra. Thank you so much for hopping in. Leandra, are you willing to be a moderator for me? Because my other moderator, Aisha, sometimes she's going to be out. I think in April, she might be out for a minute. Yes, Miss Keith. And you guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Let me know if you're willing to moderate for my channel, because I'm looking for additional moderators, at least 1 or 2. But my mom had a friend growing up, beautiful young lady. And okay, love, I got you, Healing Hearts. And so, Leila, Leandra, Latoya, Miss Key. Okay, bet, Leandra, I'll make you a moderator. Leila, Leandra, Latoya, Miss Key, Healing Hearts. Okay. This lady was, I think she was like 19. She was so young. And she was in a very DV relationship. You're welcome, Miss Key. And she was very young, and so she had been telling her mom, her and the kids had been saying with her mom, and she'd been telling her mom, he's been saying these kinds of things to me. Like, they got into an argument, he would say all kinds of things. If you ever leave me, like, make all kinds of threats. And, you know, if I can't have you, nobody else can have you. And that was the last argument they had. And so after that argument, her mother wasn't home and one of the children, but she was home, and I think 2 of the children were home. and he went and he poured gasoline and he set that house on fire. Her and 2 of the children are gone. I think her mom and 1 of the children survived. Because he thought, he was so jealous. He thought that she was seeing some other man. He didn't like other men looking at her. This man was extremely insecure. Extremely. And y'all, I'm talking about, this is over 25 years ago. This is over 25 years ago. 2026, men are still doing sick shit like this to women. They're still doing stuff like this to women. This happened. That girl was not even 20 years old. Thank you, Latoya. Appreciate it. Not even 20 years old, and she lost her life at the hands of a man who couldn't, who had his own insecurities that had nothing to do with her. I'm looking for your question, Latoya. Crazy work. Beautiful young woman. Beautiful life. Children gone. Because he couldn't handle his own insecurities. Moderators. I'm going to put Leandra and Latoya. Y'all see my math problems. And the sad part about it, she was so young. There were signs that he was violent and aggressive, but she kept sticking around for it. She kept sticking around for it. Just a general, okay. Moderators. So what's going to happen when I make you a moderator, you're going to see a little tool by your name, Leandra and Latoya. And basically y'all just help keep the flow of the chat going. Thank y'all so much. But yeah, threats have to be taken seriously. You cannot lay on a threat. If a man threatens you even one time, you need to report it to everybody, starting with the authorities. You need to get a restraining order, file a police report, let your family know. Take it serious. Oh, no mind for you. Okay. I'm sorry. Leandra. Okay, Leandra. Who was the other person? Okay. But you gotta listen. When a man tells you something, you have got to listen. If he tells you, I'm not looking for anything serious right now, that's exactly what he meant, and he meant it. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for Latoya 255? Messages for Latoya 255, Spirit. I actually have, hold on. I have another deck that would probably be a good one for this. But anybody else wanting to be a moderator? So far I have Leandra. But anybody else wanting to mod, just let me know and I'll add you as a moderator. Hang on, y'all, because I'm looking to see. I had another deck that I wanted to use. But I don't know what I did with it. Silly me. Silly me. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I did with it, but I'm figuring it out. Oh, here it is. I got it. I was like, I know I had that deck somewhere. Okay. We back at it. Y'all, if y'all can see my table, I have decks everywhere. I have decks everywhere. Look at this. Tarot Oracle decks everywhere. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have decks like on this side too. A whole mess. General messages for Latoya 255, Spirit. We've got summertime. So summertime is going to be a prime time for you, Latoya. We got Capricorn season, or there could be a Capricorn in your energy, or you could be a Capricorn or have Capricorn placements. Within 6 months, you're going to receive some type of either clarity or some type of opportunity within the next 6 months. What is this? March? By September, by the fall. Yeah. Spirit says begin to explore. So this could be to explore your options. If you are in the market, you're single and you're ready to mingle, like looking for a new option, looking for a new partner. Spirit's like begin to explore your options. Don't settle. Date them all. That's always my advice. Date them all. Date people and allow people to just be themselves. Let them talk. You don't have to talk them to death. You don't have to tell somebody every little thing about you. Give them an opportunity to talk about themselves and what they do. You can feel people out by going on dates. If they're not dating, it's a waste of time. If they're not actually willing to meet you in person and to go out and spend time together, or they're not communicating with you over the phone, it's a waste of time. Make sure they're planning dates. So here's my rule of thumb for dating online. If you are somebody who is dating online, give that person a week. Give them 7 days. Okay? Let me know how it works out, right? So let's say you chatting up somebody through Hinge, for example, or Bumble. You're talking to this man. He seems real cool. He seems real nice. Y'all are talking, chatting it up. And you're just waiting for him to be like, okay, I would love to meet you in person. What kind of food do you like? I like seafood, for example. Just use an example. He likes seafood and you're like, oh, I like Mexican. He's like, oh, okay, well, maybe we can go out for Mexican, right? He needs to set a time and a date. And you're like, just let me know, I'm available. And make sure you have a time frame. Ladies, listen, if you are dating, hint, hint, clock it. Make sure you have a time frame and dates that you are available. Dates that you are not available and dates that you are available. If that man wants to actually meet you in person and he wants to build a relationship with you, he's going to find out when you're available because he wants your time. He wants your energy. Remember that. Remember that. And don't take nothing less than that. Don't be like, oh, I'm available whenever you are. No, you're not. Even if you are, you're not. Okay? No, because you have to learn to set boundaries early on. Otherwise, they will dog walk you. I'm not available any damn day during the week. I'm not. Hey, Yvette Braggs. Welcome back, love. I'm not. Here's the thing. This is even with me and my fiance. This man still will take me on dates. We have to plan a date. We have to plan a day. I know I wasn't live last week because I was with my sisters. We was having a blast, girl. It was a good old time. A time was had, and I'm back today. Let me know, Yvette, if you'd be interested in moderating for me. I need one more moderator. For my channel. But you just missed it. We were talking about taking threats seriously for men and actually listening when men say something, they mean it and taking it seriously. But yeah, Latoya, back to what I was saying. You're not available anytime. Make sure you have a time set. If you're actively dating and you're talking to this guy, you're talking to multiple, let them know, okay, this is my availability. I'm available on Saturday afternoons because I work. I'm not available to go out during the week. I have children. You see what I'm saying? You know your situation, so tweak it to your situation. When I was single and I was dating, I would let them know I work from 8 to 5. I'm not going to be on the phone with you all day, texting back and forth with my job. I can't do that. I will text you on a break. I will text you when I get off. You see what I'm saying? You have to set boundaries. Okay, love, I'm going to put your name down. You have to set boundaries with men early on because otherwise they will dog walk you. They will play you like a fiddle. No, I'm not available after 10 p.m. on Saturday. Baby, I'm 30 years old. I go to bed at 9. Okay? Thank you, Latoya. Yeah, I go to bed at 9 o'clock. Because I'm up at 5. I have to get my kids dressed and ready. I have to get lunches packed. I have to pack my bag for work. I have to drop them off at daycare. You see what I'm saying? Us as women, we have routines. Now, for me, I don't have all that going on. I don't have kids, but baby, I do have a routine. When it comes to my schooling, ain't nobody finna play and mess up that. So I'm up early in the morning. I'm up usually between 5 and 6 in the morning because I have schoolwork to do. When I'm doing my schoolwork, I may make my man breakfast or whatever for when he gets off of work and he comes home, he has breakfast, there's coffee, get myself together, shower, get dressed, get ready for work, get my bag ready, and I'm going out the door by 8 o'clock. That gives me 2 hours of study time to do what I need to do. Everybody should have a routine. So even if you're dating, you don't change your routine. If you get up at 4 and you go to the gym and then you come back at 5 and you got to get the kids ready for daycare, you have a routine. Let them know when you're dating, let them know you have a routine. Do not stop your routine. If you get your nails done every 2 weeks, continue getting your nails done every 2 weeks. If you get your brows waxed, you get a Brazilian. Whatever you got going on, you get your lashes done. Do not stop doing it because this showed up. And now all of a sudden, oh, I like a natural woman. Okay. Don't. You have a routine. You're welcome, Latoya. But Spirit says begin to explore within the next 6 months. Look, Spirit says your situation will improve. And you should start dating within the next month or so. I'm trying to put the girls on, Yvette. I'm trying to put the girls on. Because it's always a man who has an opinion about something he's not paying for. No one cares about, oh, I don't like purple nails. Sir, did you pay for the purple nails? Did you pay for the cat eye? Oh, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. When you start paying for my nails to be done, I will get them the color that you like. Right now, I'm getting the color that I like. I'm still going to get the color that I like. But since he wants to have an opinion on something he's not paying for, he can zip it. He can shut it up. He can put the shut to the up. Don't let a man try to make you feel guilty because you wear makeup. If he met you when you were wearing makeup, you can continue to wear makeup. Don't stop wearing makeup because he don't like it. He can find somebody else who doesn't wear makeup. Since he likes natural girls, he can go and find him a natural girl. That's what he can do. That's what he can do. Because you notice everybody has an opinion about something that they're not paying for. Isn't that crazy? Well, my car is a 2024. Okay, that's great. I'm glad that you can afford to pay for the 2024. I have a 2016 Honda Accord, and I'm happy with that. My car is paid off. You can afford to pay a $500 car note every month. That's cool. And insurance on top of that. That's cool. That's good for you. Great. Wonderful. Everybody has an opinion on things they're not paying for. Well, I live in a house. I live in an apartment. We're both still paying something. You're paying a mortgage. I'm paying rent. What difference does it make? I have a place. I have a roof over my head. What difference does it make? And if they're so concerned about it, they can fund what they would like for you to have. Sir, if you'd like for me to have a house, just say that. Go ahead and set aside a down payment on a house. Go ahead and do that. And make sure you can cover the mortgage payments. Since you're so concerned about me living in an apartment. Do that. It's crazy. It's really very crazy. Oh, I think the lashes are too much. I think the makeup is too much. Sir, you're not paying for it. If you're going to give me Sephora and Ulta money, just say that. If you want to go ahead and send me $100 so that I can go and get some other stuff from Sephora, skincare stuff, because you don't want me to wear makeup, send me $200. Matter of fact, catch me up $200, Steven, so I can go to Sephora and get some skincare stuff, the Korean skincare, and do what I need to do. Exactly. People have to learn, and I think social media, yes, they do, and people love having a say-so or an opinion about what someone else is doing, and that's not their concern. It is not their concern. It's not their business. Miss Key, are you still here? You can drop your question, love. Miss Key Armstrong. It's not their business. Everybody has something to say about what they think you should be doing or how you should be doing things. Last time I checked, this is my life. Last time I checked, this is my body and my life and my decision, my choice. What I'm choosing to do is my business. It's my business. That's just like the people who be fussing, well, I'm not getting married because marriage is really just a piece of paper. Okay, that's you, but over here, I'm getting married. So that doesn't affect my decision at all. You choosing to shack up and have someone's baby and not marry them, that's your business. They don't got nothing to do with me over here. We're planning a wedding over here. So there's that. You know what I mean? Marriage is a piece of paper to you. You're welcome, love. All right, Spirit. What messages do you have for Miss Key Armstrong in regards to her marriage, Spirit, and finances? Anything that she needs to know, Spirit, or be aware of? People love giving their opinion on things that wasn't even asked for. Wasn't even asked for. And then you can see the excuses that come out. Well, it's just, I thought that it would be better for you to. And who asked? Who asked you? Oh, okay. Y'all, I'm very sarcastic. I'm very sarcastic. Like, did I ask? Did I ask you what you thought? Like, I had somebody tell me like a month or two ago, okay, love, I got you. Because I had started going to the gym. This actually is about 3 months ago because it was really bad weather here in Missouri. We were having snow. And I had started going to the gym. And I told the person, I was like, I'm eating hot fries. And she was like, girl, aren't you supposed to be in the gym? I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm like, wait, hold on. Back it up. Back up. Like Big Boogie say. Back up. I'm grown last time I checked. Who told you that I'm supposed to be in the gym? I'm damn near 40 years old. Who are you telling, oh, aren't you supposed to be in the gym? Girl, I'm doing whatever I want to do. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. If I want to eat hot fries, I'm going to eat it. If I want to go to Popeyes, I'm going. Like, why can't I do both? Why can't I go get on the treadmill for an hour and then why can't I go to Popeyes? Like, why can't I? Ada Materials. Spirit saying to focus on your finances in this marriage. Focus on your finances for some specific reason. Miss Key, finances is a thing. It's a topic of discussion between you and your husband. Finances is a thing. Now, I don't know if you guys have a business or businesses, and I don't know if you are like in both of you guys' career, if you both are happy where you are in your career. But if you're not, Spirit says really consider going back to school, getting a license, certification, or degree in a specific field that you would feel satisfied. And if you're already certified or licensed in certain areas, it wouldn't hurt to go back and get certified in something else or get a master's. You see it? That's the Eight of Pentacles card. And the Eight of Pentacles is about focusing on your finances, focusing on your family, and focusing on the things that matter most to you. Materialistic things, paying off debts, building your credit score as much as possible, because I know that's a factor when you're married. So finances is a thing. Okay, I got you. Finances is a thing, but paying off some debt and getting your credit to where you want it to be. And even while you're home, you're still, even being disabled, you can still get, I don't know, whatever your disability is, but you can still get certified or licensed in a specific field of work that you are able to do from home. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can type, you know what I'm saying, and use a computer, something like that, to where you can still bring in a decent income because you're licensed and certified. Hi, Mary. Welcome to my channel. Hi, Janice, 2203. Hey, welcome to my channel, y'all who are new. It never hurts to get a license or a certification. It can only do you well. It can only put you in a better tax bracket. It can put you in a better situation. My free list is closed, Irene. My free list is closed, but thank you for hopping in, though. Let me see. Four of emotions, Four of Cups. For some reason, I feel like in your marriage, you feel like there's some type of disconnect emotionally between you and your spouse or between you and your children. And, yeah, between you and your spouse, because I have Two of Cups here. Thank you, Yvette. Let me see. I'm trying to... Let me see. Ace of Cups, you have a lot of emotions, really deep-seated emotions about your marriage. There's some type of confusion or conflict, and I feel like it is in regards to finances and how you're able to contribute to the household. That could be a concern. And you may feel like your spouse is in it because of the benefits that he's getting by being married to you, and you being disabled, because there's certain benefits that's benefiting him because you're disabled, and you're concerned that maybe the love is not where it should be. Because I have the Four of Emotions here, and the Four of Emotions tells me that you feel unappreciated. You feel like overlooked a lot of times. Like you may have an idea or an opinion about something, and he just totally disregards how you feel and your opinion on a situation. And I feel like it's creating some type of like conflict or distance between the two of you. Have you like sat down and talked to your husband about how you really feel? Like, have you been able to, or are you able to have a one-on-one conversation with him about how you really feel about the marriage, about the finances, about the things that y'all used to do, like as far as when you first got together? Because you've been married to him for how long? It's been a long time. And y'all have 4 children. So over that amount of time, if you don't work to keep your marriage happy and healthy, sometimes, and that's a problem. That's a problem, because what did you marry someone for? What did he marry you for? Did he marry you for looks? Did he marry you for money? Like what? Or was the love actually there? And then if the love was actually there, then where did it go? You know what I'm saying? What is the point of staying married if you're so unhappy? At what point and where? And that's what I'm saying. Like, you're going to have that conversation, because I can feel just through my cards that you feel, and I hate that for you. I really do. I hate that you feel like you can't really talk to him. It's like trying to talk to a brick wall. Like you trying to express how you feel, and you feel like your feelings are being pushed aside. And right. And I feel like there still is love there, but it's like, why, where did it go? You know what I mean? Like, why, where did it go? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the love is there on your part, but it's not being reciprocated on his part. And it makes you feel like, why am I here? Why are we doing this type of thing? So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, is he open to counseling? Because that is an option. Because I know you said he's stubborn. Like, if he won't hear it from you, maybe he'll hear it from a male therapist. Somebody that can actually say, hey, you have a good woman here, you know? He won't let you leave him alone? Or like, because he depends on you? Oh, he's not open to therapy. Okay. Or counseling. He's not open to counseling. Yeah. He won't go. Most of them don't. But sometimes you have to handle things quietly. Do you follow me? Sometimes you have to handle things quietly. If you don't see an improvement or a change in behavior, you have to take matters into your own hands and just handle the situation quietly. Quietly do what you have to do. Quietly remove yourself from the situation. You don't have to tell anyone anything. You're an adult. You do not have to tell anyone anything. If you decide tomorrow that you want to up and move to Florida, pack your bags and move to Florida, you don't have to tell anyone anything, and cut your phone off. You don't have to tell anyone anything. Who's gonna Who do you owe an explanation to? Smart woman. Very smart woman. Because it gets to a point where you get tired of repeating the same thing over and over again to somebody who's supposed to be there to love and support you. You get tired of, you know, begging them for understanding, begging them for compassion, begging them to show some empathy. A lot of times people are selfish, especially men, not if this is, how long has this been going on? And how long have you been expressing how you feel? Just think about it, right? Just think about it. You've been going through this for how long? You've been saying the same thing to this man for how long? You suggested counseling. You've done this. You've done that. You said, babe, I'm not happy with the situation. This is why, X, Y, Z. He don't want to hear about it. He brushes you off. He's not listening. How long has this gone on? And there's no change. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you a scenario. It's like somebody's slapping you in the face. That's too long. Yeah, it's time to go. It's not worth saving. Somebody is slapping you in the face, and they say, Miss Armstrong, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Not even 5 minutes later, you turn around and they slap the other side of your face. Are you going to take them seriously? Because how many times have you had this conversation with this same person and they apologize, say they're sorry, but there's no change? Are you going to believe them? They've slapped you twice. They've apologized twice. How many more times are you willing to get slapped and apologize to before you say, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I'm finna pack my shit and I'm out of here. You see what I'm saying? How many times? Hey, Mark, welcome to the channel. The free list is closed, but feel free to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, feel free to subscribe and maybe catch me the next live stream. If you hit the notification bell in the top right corner. Too many. That's the problem with women. We love and we love hard. You're a Leo, and I know Leo women. Leo women are loyal. Leo women put up with bullshit. Leo women are so loyal to their partners. Exactly. It's too long. You've held on way too long, babes. Way too long. And I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. Should have been gone. Should have been gone, and you know you should have been gone. So it's time, okay? Women have to stop putting up with bullshit for a long, extended amount of time. There's no reason for it. Whatever excuse, whatever reason you want to tell yourself, it is not worth it. Well, the kids, no. Well, I don't want him to, no. We don't care how he feels. He doesn't care how you feel. So why should you care what he feels? Why are we concerned about him? You're the one that's been unhappy for years now. And no, there's been no change. You've made it clear that you were unhappy. They made it clear that they don't care. You see what I'm saying? Time doesn't matter when you're being mistreated. It doesn't matter. If you've been married for 30, 50 years and you've been mistreated, you've been mistreated for 10 of those 50 years, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. When a person no longer values you and you clearly see that they're not valuing you and they're not treating you with the love and respect you deserve, it is time to go. Why are you holding on to that situation? That's a question you don't have to answer here, Miss Key, but I really want you to think about it. Why are you holding on? For what? And how is holding on benefiting you? How is holding on to that situation helping you feel any better? You did need to hear it. You did need to hear it. I'm so glad that I could help you release that fear. Fear of what? You're an adult. Fear of what? Here's what I want you to know. Number one, God is on your side. God is on your side. You know why? Because you're a good person. You've treated that man well, very well, for 30 years. You've put up with most of his bullshit for 30 years. That's not your situation, though. You're taking on someone else's stress. You're taking on someone else's, you're internalizing someone else's situation external to your marriage that has nothing to do with you. That has nothing to do with you. And that's why I said you, when you make the move that you need to make, that you should have been made years ago, you need to go completely ghost, completely disappear. No, without a trace. If you've ever seen that show, Without a Trace, I mean without a trace. No one can track you down. None of his family, none of your family. When you reach your destination, that's his problem, and that's what's affecting your marriage. And also because he's experienced that trauma, like you said, he's never had grief counseling. He's never been able to work through that trauma. So he carries that trauma over to you. How is that fair to you and your children? It's not. You deserve better. So here's what. When you do what you need to do that's best for you, without a trace, and I mean without a trace. Here's another tip. Here's a suggestion. Also, you need to file a restraining order. Not a police report, a restraining order. That way he's not able to come in contact with you within a certain radius. When you file a restraining order, make sure that you let them know you need to go ahead and file for a divorce. That one too. Because it's all gonna show, it's evidence in court. It's evidence in court. It's a paper trail. The judge and the courts are going to see a paper trail. That's fine. That's okay. That's fine. Look and see what other things you can do outside of, even with your disability. Look and see what other things you can do. Okay. What other things can you do? Because I know you're a very smart woman. What are your other skills? Use it to make extra money. Okay. Get a little extra money. It doesn't really cost nothing but a filing fee in most states to file for the divorce. Okay. So you have a record, and keep copies of all of your paperwork. Keep copies of the divorce being filed. Keep copies of the restraining order. Make sure you let them know that you feel unsafe, and this is why you feel unsafe. Any type of threats that man has made towards you, you need to let it be known. Do not hide anything. Anything that he's ever said to you that will make you feel unsafe or your children feel unsafe, you need to let them know. You need to warn your family that you're leaving. You need to warn your family that you're leaving. Your family. Matter of fact, no, you don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. Because if he's smart, he will try to get information out of them. If he's a little bit smart, he'll try to get information out of them. Tell them nothing. Tell them nothing. Look out of state, and I mean states away from where you are, for assistance programs. There are plenty of places that not only assist women of DV, domestic violence, but you need to create a story. You need to create a believable story to where that you can get the assistance that you need, because you need to get out of there. And you can get the help that you need until you're able to do what you need to do on your own and get settled. Works for me, but I'm dead ass serious. If you want my email address, I'll give it to you. I will give you my email address so you can contact me, okay? allthingsaquarian@gmail.com. But you need to look for assistance programs out of state. And I mean states away, where he's not going to easily find you. He will have to go to God to get to you. That's basically that. Here, I'll type it in the... Hang on, let me see if I can pull this up close and I'll type it in. Let me see. Okay. Okay, I'm ready. All right, Leandra, are y'all still here? Yvette, Leandra, where you go, girl? Where you go? Healing Heart 77, are you still here? I think I missed you on my list. Okay, there's Leandra. I'm gonna add Leandra as a moderator. Okay. Okay, great, Yvette. You're welcome. Everybody needs help sometimes. Like I said, I have experience with domestic violence in my own family. I just hate it for women. I really do. Women be going through some shit. But one of my cousins, actually, two of my cousins have gone through very domestic violence situations. Thank God they're still alive and they survived it. You're okay, honey. You're good. You're good. Everybody needs help sometimes. That's why I'm here. That's what I do. And I'm here also to change the stigma surrounding tarot readers, that tarot readers are just evil, wicked witches that do people harm. That is not what I'm here for. But that's always coming from people who are heavily religiously indoctrinated. And they don't bother me. They don't bother me because most Christians are not happy anyway. It's all a show. Most of these church-going folks, it's a show for them. The church is a show. The behavior is a show. They don't really believe. They believe in front of everybody until they get home. Until they get home and they start abusing their wife and kids. You're welcome, love. You can email me anytime. You can email me. I might be a little busy during the day, but I will get back to you. I will respond to you. Yvette, you so funny. I've seen some things, y'all. I've seen some things. I'm 39 years old. I've seen some things. I've witnessed a lot of things. I lived a very sheltered life, you guys. I grew up very sheltered. So when I finally did become an adult, and I tell y'all, within the last 10 years, I started dating. That's how new it is to me. I started dealing with the male species. I didn't like it. Yeah, absolutely. You sure can. You sure can. You sure can. If anybody is able, please feel free to donate to Miss Key Armstrong. She is disabled and she's needing some assistance with a DV situation. Okay. Hey, just ask wifey. Of course, you can ask. But there is a stigma. There's a stereotype for tarot readers. A lot of people think that tarot readers are like, we're here to make shit up. Number one, I don't do that. I'm not a liar like that. Number two, yes, Healing Hearts, go ahead and drop your question, love, because I was just asking about you. I was like, is she still here? Because I feel like I missed her reading. So yes, go ahead and drop your question. Miss Armstrong, we will continue this via email, this conversation. So just feel free to email me whatever you need help with. Okay. Yvette, I'm going to take Just As Wifey. She will be my last one. And that's it. That wraps that up. After Healing Hearts, because I owe Healing Hearts. I was going to do hers, and then I think she had hopped out. Okay. You're welcome, love. Over here, I talk about real shit. I don't care whether people like it or they don't like it. They can find somewhere else to go. The internet is very wide. It's called the World Wide Web for a reason. If you don't like me, you don't like what I say, you can keep scrolling. You can go to another page. That's how I feel about it. I've always felt that way. And I've been reading tarot professionally for the past 5 years. So my clients speak for themselves. I've had a lot of feedback. I no longer have a website because I was paying too much a month for that. But if you follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is the same thing, All Things Aquarian. Y'all can follow me over there on Instagram because, baby, I am on Instagram. I have a link tree. So the link tree is in my bio on All Things Aquarian. If you'd like to book a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can. I do offer phone sessions, but phone sessions they're going to cost. They do cost, because spending an hour of my time on the phone with someone is a lot. But if you're willing to pay me for it, I'm willing to sit there. So, because I'm busy and I have a lot going on. Let's see. Just ask wifey. Thank you, Healing Hearts. Hi, JC Pooh. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, you guys, please subscribe to the channel and thumbs up the live stream. I don't sugarcoat shit. That's one thing I don't do. I don't sugarcoat. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, baby. I don't sugarcoat. Let's see. Just ask a wifey, where you at? I was looking for your question. I know you posted it. Leo and Sag. Leo man, Sag woman, developing good little love life. Any messages from him to me? Messages from the Sag. It wouldn't be right if I did, Healing Heart 77. It wouldn't be right if I did. I wouldn't be me if I did. People be wanting me to. People be wanting me to engage in nonsense and foolery, and I just don't. I can't do it. Okay, love, I got you. Right after just ask wifey. My heart longs for you in our union. My heart longs for you in our union. So that's how he feels. He really, really has strong feelings for you and y'all's relationship. And I love that for you. I have so much to tell you. So he thinks about you regularly. You are constantly on this man's mind. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to contact you. Constantly on this man's mind. Thank you, Miss Armstrong. You know, I've been through a lot of things, and I have watched a lot of people that I love go through a lot of things. I'm a very empathetic person. So if y'all don't know, I'm an Aquarius sun, a Libra rising, and I have a Scorpio moon. Well, the rising might be Scorpio. I think it might be, according to ChatGPT, is Scorpio. So anybody who has strong Scorpio placements, like my moon is in Scorpio, I feel very deeply, and I have a lot of empathy for people. So I hate to see people being mistreated. I hate to see people suffering when they didn't do anything to cause that suffering. This is why I have 1,000% less. I really don't claim religion like that, because religion to me, because I've lived it for 20 years of my life, says, okay, every time you turn around, what do you hear in the church? Persecution. Oh, suffering. You have to suffer through this. You have to endure. I'm not enduring nothing. I'm living my life now. I'm enjoying my life now. I'm not waiting until an afterlife to enjoy my life. I'm not waiting until the kingdom to do anything. I'm going to live my life here because that's common sense. I'm not enduring anything. I'm not trials and tribulations. I don't want them. I try to avoid them as much as possible. I'm not putting myself in a trial and a tribulation. I'm trying to put myself in a high income bracket so that I can enjoy my life, so I can take trips, travel, and be the rich auntie that I want to be, and have my little dog. That's it. I don't know parts of that nonsense. So me being very sensitive to children, women, elderly people, because they suffer the most, and people who have mental health issues. But also, being an empath does not mean being a pushover. Being an empath does not mean tolerating nonsense. You have to use common sense when you have empathy, because people will take your kindness for weakness. I'm a kind person. I am not nice. I'm a kind person. I'm not nice. I will tell you no in a heartbeat if I feel like you're on some bullshit. I'm going to tell you no. I'm going to tell you no. I'm going to block you, and I'm going to keep going. Or I will just straight up ignore you. And I've ignored a lot of people. I've blocked a lot of people. I've deleted a lot of people completely from my life because they take my kindness for weakness. A lot of people, especially on the internet, feel like because they love cancers. One of my best friends is a cancer. And I work with cancers. Yes. And one thing I love about cancers is y'all withdraw. Yes. Y'all with cancers, especially cancer women, y'all know how to withdraw your energy from people. When you feel overwhelmed by people, y'all know how to withdraw your energy, and y'all know how to say no. If it makes you feel like it gets you out of your comfort zone or you feel uncomfortable, y'all know how to leave very quickly. And y'all sense things very quickly. Y'all are very intuitive people. Exactly. One of my best friends is just like that. She's very much like that. And y'all can warn people about something and they don't listen, and exactly what y'all told them was going to happen happens. Because Cancers are you're the moon child. Cancers are very intuitive people. Yeah, people get offended and they're like, oh, Cancer is moody. Cancer is not moody. Cancers know who are on bullshit and who's not. It's like y'all have a little detector where y'all can detect. And I respect that very much about Cancers, because y'all are not sticking around for it. Yeah, a lot of Cancers are, I wouldn't say antisocial. Y'all are very selective, and people need to be selective with who they let. You need to be selective with who you let in your energy. Everybody doesn't need to have access to you. Everybody doesn't need to know what your plans are. Everybody don't need to know where you live, who you with, where you work. People don't need to know every little detail about your life. They just don't. They just don't. You're welcome. Just ask wifey. I'm still pulling cards. Stress, karmic stress. I feel like this is a past energy. Just ask wifey. Children or family. So I don't know if you have children or he does, or if this is something y'all have talked about. Children and family, building a family together, if y'all are on the same page. But also we got, please be patient. Yeah, please be patient. The universe is working on our union. So he wants you to be patient with him. He has a lot of love for you. I have twin flame. Let me tell y'all about twin flame, because I don't like this term. I don't like it as a tarot reader. Let me tell y'all why. Within the past year or two, I've learned a lot about twin flame relationships and why some tarot readers who are on bullshit. Some tarot readers are on bullshit. I'm telling y'all right now. So the tarot readers, a lot of the tarot readers that came up with this term, twin flames, didn't really even understand what it was about. I got caught up in that. It was like a trending thing. I had got caught up in it because I thought that it was something that actually was real and it was spiritual, which I'm not saying that the twin flame theory is not real, but everybody is not a twin flame. Everybody that you meet in a relationship is not a twin flame. Everybody is not a soulmate. Everybody is not a spirit guide. So please be careful with whom you're receiving information and readings from. Let me say that, number one. Number two, most of the time, if you are in a twin flame relationship, that relationship is going to be hell. What I mean by that, when you first meet this person, everything's going to be fine. And then before you know it, within about 30 to 60 days, you're going to start to see inconsistencies. The person's going to pull back. It's constantly push and pull. It's a push and pull dynamic. It becomes, one-sided. You're not getting communication. You're not getting the affection. And you're always asking, oh, what's wrong? Is everything okay? Now you're blaming yourself for some bullshit that he going through. Ain't got nothing to do with you, but you're taking on his problems. You don't need that. You don't need that. You will never find me on my channel promoting twin flame relationships. I don't care. I don't promote that shit. Karmics. Yes. Karmics. We don't do karmics. Either he got a baby mama, he's married, or he's single. You pick. You decide which one he is. I don't do karmics. Nobody's a karmic. Here's the thing. When you hear a tarot reader talking about a karmic, please be mindful. Everyone carries karma. Everyone carries karma. Karma, the literal definition of the word karma is balance. You're going to balance out the situation, or I'm going to learn a lesson from it. Karma can be negative or it can be positive. Let's start there. There's good karma that comes back to you for doing well by people. And then there's a negative aspect of karma. You're evil, you're hateful, you're selfish. That energy is reciprocated to you in failed relationships, miscarriages, car accidents, deaths. Bad karma is a result. It's a trickle result of bad energy being given to other people, right? Just like good energy is a you have a healthy delivery. You have you end up getting a career, you get a promotion, you make more money, you get more clients, you get more business because you do well to people. You put good energy into the universe. It's balancing the scales, okay? But I'm not going to call someone's ex-fiance or their ex-wife or their baby mama, I'm not calling them a karmic. I'm not doing that. That's all that is. They're giving people labels. And so a lot of tarot readers were giving people this false sense of hope by saying, oh, he's a twin flame. And every time these people are paying these people, they're paying these tarot readers to tell them this bullshit. Coming back saying, oh, well, right now at this time, he's not ready. And so the person's asking, well, what's going on with Jared? Jared is a fool. He's a plumb fool. That's what's going on with Jared. I haven't heard from Jared in a week now, and I don't know what's going on because Jared is on bullshit. That's why you need to leave his ass alone. You need to move on and move to somebody else. If Jared was serious, he would be calling and responding to your text messages and not making excuses. He's making excuses. He doesn't show up. He's not benefiting you. Move around. We're not calling him a twin flame. Now, all of that, I'm sorry, just ask wifey. All of that explanation is why I don't use titles. You won't hear me using them. Twin flame. The energy of a twin flame is you guys match each other. You guys have strong energy. You both are fire signs. So you balance each other out. That's all this is. That is it. That is all. If there is a karmic, what they consider a karmic in the tarot world, is somebody that was brought into your life to teach you a lesson. There are karmic soulmates, right? There's relationships that come into your life that teach you a lesson, to teach you to set boundaries, to teach you to learn your self-worth and to stop settling. There are relationships, yes, yin and yang, exactly what that card shows. There are relationships that teach us how to say no and to teach us to walk away from bullshit when we see it. That's what those are, okay? That's what's karmic. Also, what goes around comes back around. Now, when it comes to karma, just because your ex, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just because your ex treated you wrong and you know, maybe he don't pay his child support on time. Hell, maybe he don't pay it at all. Maybe he don't come pick up his kids. Doesn't mean that tomorrow morning he's going to lose his job at 9:30. Karma doesn't work that way. Doesn't mean that now he done got a new boo thing and now, you know, he chopping it up with her and he seemed happy over there. Then in 6 months, they're going to break up. They might end up getting married. Karma doesn't always work the way that we think it works. But she might have a miscarriage. And that's karma. Do you see what I'm saying? Karma doesn't always work the way that we think it's going to work. He might die in a car accident. He's done multiple women wrong. He's abandoned multiple families. He hasn't taken care of multiple children. And then Spirit says, we've had enough. That negative karma has gone out. We have soul contracts on earth. And how you treat people here on this plane in the physical is a reflection of the spiritual. We have soul contracts. When we come in from birth, we have soul contracts. And what matters when you go out is how you treat people while you're here. It's definitely going to come back, but it doesn't. People tend to think that karma is an instant thing. And sometimes it can be. Like I said, this person may have given you hell. They may have drug you through it. You end up spending a lot of money. You've been crying. All type of shit. May have given you a disease. All kind of stuff. Next thing you know, he's dead in a car accident. Or he got into a fight and they had a shootout and he got shot. Now he's dead. That's karma. But it doesn't always come instantly. It doesn't always come in the form that we think is going to come. Or his wife, his new wife, they've been together for 5 years and she's never been able to get pregnant, but she's always wanted a child. But he got you pregnant and left you with a child. Do you see the karma? You see how karma works? And it's funny because Spirit has a way of protecting the people who do right by people because you were able to have the child, but she's not. Guess who the problem is? Guess who the problem is? Him. The problem is him. Divine Masculine, aka Divine Masculine. She's not a karmic. You're not a karmic. Do you see it? A lot of tarot readers have created drama in the tarot community, and I hate it, by giving people these labels: the twin flame, soulmate, divine masculine, karmic. Foolishness. It's a lot of it is just foolishness. The situation is a situation. This person has 3, 4 baby mamas. That's what it is. This person has kids with this person and that person. That's what it is. This person is divorced. He has an ex. You have an ex. You have kids by another person. That's what it is. The situation is what it is. We don't need labels to cover it up. We don't need labels to make it sound spiritual. We don't need labels to market a tarot service. And that's what people did. They came up with terms to market spirituality to the masses and on social media, to market tarot readings and say, oh, well, let me find out who your soulmate is going to be. Do you know that you can have multiple soulmates in a lifetime? Your mother, my mom is one of my soulmates. I know for a fact that my mom is one of my soulmates. We are on the same wavelength. My mom has literally called me from out of state and said, I was thinking about you, and I literally was dialing her number. My mom is one of my soulmates in this lifetime. My sisters are soulmates in this lifetime. People who know you and who mean you well, and they look out for you, soulmates, spirit guides. Best friend, spirit guides. But people use these titles and these labels. A lot of people who are manipulative and who are looking for money, they use it to it's like a carrot on a string. They keep people coming back for readings. Well, this week, Jared is still messing with his baby mama, but he's still thinking about you. He's thinking about you in the 5D, but not in the 3D. He's not communicating right now because he's trying to wrap up the situation with his baby mama, the karmic, but he will be back. You see how much nonsense that is? Then the next week you come back and you pay for another reading, and she's telling you that he's so in love with you. He's thinking about you all the time, but he hasn't reached out to plan anything. You haven't seen Jared. You haven't spoken to Jared. Jared is nowhere to be found because he's on demon time. Then the next reading you come back and she says that Jared has got a whole new boo. He got a whole new person. He ain't with the baby mama. He ain't talking to you. He got a whole new person, and he's still trying to figure his life out. He's a runner. He's a runner. He's afraid to face his feelings. Right, Yvette. You see the bullshit. But this is what they do. A lot of tarot readers, that's why I say you have to be very careful with who you choose as a reader. A lot of people will try to keep you coming back. I don't do that with my clients. I'm going to tell you the real raw truth. You come back if you come back. You don't if you don't. But a lot of people perpetuate nonsense to keep a storyline going. They create a storyline. If you watch, I want y'all to go and Google search. I mean, not Google search, YouTube tarot readers. You will look, there's thousands of tarot readers. And a lot of the storylines seem to be similar. It's always about relationships, karmics, twin flames, somebody disappearing, somebody running, chasing somebody in the 5D, somebody in the 3D, and divine masculine, divine feminine. Everybody's unhealed and everybody's acting crazy. Nobody has learned a lesson. And it's always this back and forth. Same bullshit, different year. Same shit, different year. And I'm not with it. But this person, just ask wifey, this Leo man that you're dealing with, I feel like he has good intentions. And I'm going to ask Spirit, what are his intentions? Yeah, honey. Jared need to go sit down somewhere. But I use that as an example because I've had people come to me with that. Oh, I had to tell one of my clients, this is a few years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, I ended up blocking her because she was in a long distance relationship with this man. She was paying for flights to go see this man all the way out of state. She was going to go see this man, and she paid for this man to get brand new tires on his truck. Mind y'all know the cost of tires is hella expensive. She was paying his phone bill. Mind you, I think he had seen her once in about 2 years. They had been dating, so-called dating. She was ready to completely relocate or have him relocate and help him to come be with her. He didn't have a real job. He was sleeping on the couch with his mama, and he had a goddamn dog. And every single reading, she was asking about his feelings and thoughts and feelings and thoughts. He was making really no effort. He showed no affection toward this woman. He was not attracted to this woman whatsoever. And I had to be real and honest with her. And I'm like, why are you so stuck on this person? You could have anybody that you want. Why are you stuck on somebody who really has nothing to offer? There's really, let's put the income aside. This person, whenever you address something that bothers you, he disappears. Or the way that he talked, the way that he spoke to her, and the things that he said to her were very disrespectful. He would have got checked. But he would basically blame her for his piss poor behavior or his attitude, or he wouldn't answer her. He would stonewall and play games and play mind games. And she got upset because I told her the truth about the situation. I was like, I'm not going to be asking Spirit questions about this person anymore, because every single time, every single reading, Spirit was giving me the same thing. That this person is just not into you like that. And you keep trying to beat a dead horse. You keep trying to make a situation to be something that it's not. At some point, you have to stop being obsessed with a man that doesn't really want you as much as you want him, and find your match. Find somebody who's willing to give you what you're looking for. Then you're all sad and depressed. So then she decided to attack me and tell me that it's okay, Healing Hearts. Then she decided to attack me and tell me, that I'm too harsh in the way that I talk to my clients, and I really need to work on my tone with my clients and blah, blah, blah. No. You don't want to hear the truth, and you don't want to take accountability for your decisions. You've made some piss poor decisions. He was supposed to pay her back for money that she spent on his tires and money that she spent paying his phone bill. He didn't pay her shit, and he wasn't going to. He felt like it was a gift. He basically was just using her for resources. He was not attracted to her whatsoever. But she didn't want to hear that. She wanted to hear nonsense. She wanted me to tell her, oh yeah, he's so in love with you, and he's planning on spending the rest of his life with you. And I can guarantee you to this day, they're not together, because it was never going to be. It was never going to be her. But when you tell people the truth, they get upset and they want to blame you. Flow with ease. Don't force it. We've got snake. Betrayal, bad news. Be mindful of people. Just ask wifey in y'all's business, because people asking you about your love life, don't tell them shit. Don't tell them shit. I'm telling you right now, as an engaged woman, people do not want to see you happy. A lot of people do not want to see you happy. A lot of people are jealous that you're happy and you're content with where you are with your person. And you guys are it's still very new as well. And you guys are still learning each other. And y'all are going to go through ups and downs, because that's relationships. But it depends on how you work it out, Sugarcoat. Superficial expressions, not all that cracked up to be. If you have to put somebody in their place, please do. Don't sugarcoat nothing. Don't sugarcoat nothing. But I have surprise. I feel like he's going to surprise you with something. He's going to surprise you with something. Spotlight. All eyes on you. Recognition. Yeah. He definitely has a lot of love for you. A lot of love for you. Okay, Healing Hearts. Did you post your question, Healing Hearts? I've had to block clients. I've had to block clients. I've had to refund people their money and tell them, no, I'm not doing a reading for you. Because my goal for my clients always in every tarot session is for growth. It's for growth. Don't come to me with a problem and then ask me for a solution. I give you a solution. I give you information from Spirit through the cards, and you play in my face and you tell me, oh, I had somebody tell me one time, I think it's like my second year doing readings. They were like, well, I just consider your reading as an opinion, and, I'll take it as that. Okay. So then what are you coming to me for? What are you asking my opinion for? If you don't value what I said, what are you asking me for? Make it make sense. Mind you, she still ended up having the same situation with the same person. Ended up getting burnt by the same individual. She's blocked. I don't play. If it's nonsense going on, I'm going to refund you. I had somebody literally attack me in a Facebook Messenger thing because she was really trying to dog walk tarot readers, and she was just saying a whole bunch of nonsense. And see, this is why I don't come to tarot readers. But you came to me asking me for a reading. Literally, I had the messages. I had to save the messages. You came to me asking me for a reading, and then it just went south real quick. It went south real quick. And I was like, yeah, we're not going to do this. You're not going to be disrespectful, not on my phone that I pay for. So she got blocked. Then I had people calling me late at night. I've learned so much in my experience reading tarot professionally for people that people are very self-centered. People, especially women, a lot of women love to be lied to. That's why men do it and they get away with it. You want me to tell you that Tyrone is great? Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just as wifey. You want me to tell you that Tyrone that don't got no job, staying at home with his mama, he's 35 years old, ain't going nowhere, ain't got a pot to piss in or throw it out of. You want me to tell you that he's your soulmate? Okay, bet. Pay me. Pay me. If that's what you want me to lie and tell you, fine. That's why men get away with it. But don't get mad. Don't get mad when the shit hits the fan, because I've told you before that Tyrone is not it. Tyrone is not, he ain't it. But they get mad if you don't tell them, yeah, he's it. He's the one. Baby, he's not the one. And just because somebody has good qualities doesn't make them a good person. He could be handsome, so what? He has some money, so what? What difference does it make? If he has money and he's not generous, how does that help you? He's stingy as fuck. He won't give you anything. How does that help you? He's not going to help you pay a bill. He's not going to help you get what you need. He's not going to help you get that car fixed or get that oil changed. He's not handy. He can't fix anything. But he's got money though, and he looks good. He looks good. Okay, great. Now what? Now what? Y'all are together for what? I don't know. Healing Hearts. Are you still here, love? Are you still here? I think you are my last person, I think you're my last person. So I have Yvette and Leandra are my new moderators. Healing Hearts, were you also wanting to hop in as a moderator? Because you can. You definitely can. Because I've had, what was I telling y'all? Oh, just because somebody has good traits doesn't make them a good person. I have a client and she's like, she has a type. I'm sick of y'all. Let me tell y'all, by the way, I'm sick of y'all and y'all's types. I'm sick of y'all's types. Okay. Okay, love. There we go. You should see a little tool by your name. So I'm sick of y'all's types. Let me tell y'all why. Let's make a list of types. Let's make a list of good types. Because I'm tired of people's list of, they have a type. You're single and you're wanting to date somebody. You know what the type that you need to be looking for? Employed. Employed. Let's start there. Transportation. Own transportation. That's number 2. Number 3. Own place or roommate, but not living at home with his mama. Own place or roommate, but not living at home with his mama. And the reason I say or roommate, because depending on what city you live in, sometimes rent can be hella expensive. But if the man is employed, he can at least split rent with somebody. Yes, he can at least split rent with somebody. That means he has a goal. He's working towards saving his money to possibly getting his own place. You see what I'm saying? Right. But for my queens, I want you guys to engage with men who are already employed, who have something going. He needs to have skills. He needs to have skills. Do you see what I'm saying? For example, my fiance, that man can fix a lot of things. He fixed my washing machine. He fixed the oil leak on my car. Is he a certified mechanic? No. But he can fix things on my car. If I need him to fix something, he can fix something in the house. He's very resourceful. We love a resourceful king. We love a king that knows how to fix shit. We do. Also, my man can cook. He can cook like nobody's business. Actually, my man has been to culinary school. I mean, it is what it is. But you want someone who's employed, who has transportation, and who has a place to stay. 3 basic things. 3 basic things. That's bare minimum. That is bare minimum. Because if he's not employed, how is he going to afford to take you on a date? Let's go a step further. If he's not employed, how is he going to find the money to buy the ring for a proposal for an engagement? Let's go a step further. If he's not employed, how is he going to afford the crib, the bassinet, the car seat, the stroller for the baby when the baby gets here in 9 months? We got to think ahead. Employment. And I know that people like to be picky. Well, is he working a blue collar job? Is he in construction? Is he a welder? I ain't mad at it. Is he a truck driver? Now, mind y'all, I have experience working 6 years as a recruiter. So if he's a truck driver and he has tanker and hazmat endorsements, baby, he's seeing the money. If he's a tow truck driver, he's seeing the money. If he's a welder, stick welder, MIG, TIG, he's seeing the money. Okay? Even if he works as a pharmacy technician or he works in healthcare, he's a licensed nurse, a licensed CNA, RN, LPN, he's seeing the money. But Pookie over there on the side of the street, that's not a real job. What he doing is illegal and it can get you and him both in a lot of shit. Don't get involved. I know y'all like the bad boys. Oh, he's fine. Pookie's fine. Pookie's a problem. Pookie is a problem. Okay? We want a king that's employed. He has a real job. Even if he's working at Popeyes, he has a job. He got to start somewhere. Now, let's not let Popeyes be his end-all be-all because there's better opportunities and he needs to work on his skills. But someone who has a vision, who has a goal, they know where they're going in life. Right? Okay. So we said employment, transportation. He does not need to be driving your car. He should have his own. He should have his own. He should have his own. Not driving your car. Okay, transportation. He needs to work that out. And if he doesn't have a license, he needs to work that out too. That's his business, not yours. Let him work that out. Own place. Own place. That was my last one. Own place. Those are all physical traits. Now I'm going to go to personality. He's funny. He's funny. Okay? He's funny. He has a good sense of humor. You want somebody who is lighthearted, has a good sense of humor. Funny. He's patient. He's patient. Everybody gets upset, but he knows how to control his anger. Right. See what I'm saying? Right. You need to ask everything up front. A car and insurance. Ask about car insurance. It seems petty, but it's not. Ask them, do you have a license? Do you have transportation, like a driver's license? Transportation, car insurance. Thank me later. He's funny. Now I'm getting to personality. He's funny. He's patient. And I'm going to put kind. He's respectful. When I say kind, I mean respectful. Respectful. And that was God's way of taking the trash right out. Took the trash right out. Because why would he put you in a compromised position? Why would he put you in a position to where y'all are being pulled over and he's taking off running? See what I'm saying? And God said no. He said no. See, you have, sometimes you got to go through things, but you learn from it. So I got folks telling me, oh, I like a man with a full beard. Girl, what? I like him in the gym. I like him, you know, like a 6-pack, and, you know, I like curly hair and all these other things. Ma'am, let's start with the basics before we get into physicals. Let's start with the basics. Okay, let's start with the basics. Employed, transportation, and place to stay. Let's start with that. Before we get into preferences, let's just start with the basics. What is your transportation looking like? Because I'm not coming to pick you up, and you're not driving my car. Boundaries. You're not driving my car. I'm not coming to pick you up, and that's that. But anywho, y'all, I'm finna get off of this live stream. I got stuff to do. Thank y'all so much for being here. Shout out to my new moderators, y'all. I will send y'all a list of the next live stream, probably in the morning. I'll put a list of things on here, like my Cash App and PayPal, so people know if they want to donate for readings, that's where they can send it to. And just rules. A lot of people interrupt during people's readings, and I don't like it because then it takes away what they're doing. So, did you miss yours? Oh, if you did, hang on. Let me get yours, because I thought we did it. Okay, I thought we did it, but maybe we didn't, and I was running my mouth. So let me make sure I do that. Let me grab my charger, because my phone about to die. Let me grab a charger. I'll be right back. Okay. Let me just plug my charger in, and we should be good. Okay. Okay, Healing Heart. Sorry about that, love. Because I had to... My phone just... Okay. I had to go downstairs and get my phone charger. All right, y'all. But what I was telling y'all was, I have a client. She always telling me she has a type, she has a type, she has a type. And I said, but your type is a problem. Her type is the type of man that will leave her on red, won't respond for days, hours. It just be a hot mess. Hey, Gemini Glitters. And I'm like, so maybe the type needs to change, perhaps? Perhaps? All right, Spirit. General messages for Healing Heart 77, Spirit. But yeah, you got to ask a lot of questions. When you're dating and dealing with men, you got to ask a lot of questions. You really do. And just know that they be lying about stuff. They do. They do. Just know that some stuff they be lying about, so you got to figure out. You have to do, I always encourage background checks. Always do a background check. Especially if you have children and you're dating. Like, even if you don't, still do one. I do it as a rule of thumb. Because I don't need an ex-murderer in my house. I don't. An ex-sex offender in my house. I don't. So, yeah, no. You just don't know what kind of demons people be carrying. So it's best to do a background check. And I know everybody's going to bitch and complain. Oh, you know, it costs money. Okay, do you want to be dead? Okay, then pay the $25 fee and shut up. If you're going to be dating folks, make sure you can run a background check. It's worth the $25. You spend $25 on nonsense on a regular basis every month. So you can afford to pay $25 for a week or a month access of running background reports if you're actively dating. It's that serious. It could be the difference between life and death running a background screening on somebody, because like I said, you don't know. You're dealing with somebody who's had felonies, consistent felonies, and I'm not talking about petty stuff. I'm talking about felonies, armed robbery. What are we doing? Who are you dating? Assault, rape, aggravated assault, attempted murder. Who are you dating? Who are you dating? It's worth running a background check. And even if this person has a rap sheet and it's like little things, that gives you a pattern of how this person thinks or not. This person they've had warrants out for their arrest several times for different things. Just reckless behavior. You don't want to deal with people who are reckless and careless. This person, you know, they didn't have insurance. They were driving without a license. License suspended, license revoked, DUI. Do you see what I'm saying? A pattern of behavior. It tells you what kind of person you're dealing with. Person just reckless. Speeding. You were doing 60 in the 30. Why are you doing 60 in the 30? Like, you have to pay attention to what people are showing you. And a background check, and this is why companies do it, employers do it. You have to treat dating like a job. Is this person qualified to be in your life? Are they qualified to become a step parent to your children? Or is it safe? Are you safe? Are the kids safe? Is the neighborhood safe? Being around the person that you choose to engage with. That's why you got to do a background check. Now, there are also ways, like if you're dating someone within your county, they have court systems within that county. If that person has lived in that county for a long time or they've been born and raised there, you can check out your local court systems to find out if this person has been in trouble with the law, they've been arrested, they've had warrants or whatever. I know this being in HR, but you know what I'm saying? You can run a federal background check to check and see anything. I'm talking about marriage, divorce, warrants, charges, all of that. You can do that. You're gonna pay, but all right, Spirit. General messages for Healing Heart 77. We've got Two of Wands, focus and planning. So this year, the next couple months, this needs to be your focus. Planning ahead, moving into the future. What do you want? Where are you going? What direction are you headed, Healing Heart 77? That's what Spirit says. Planning your future. Planning for a vacation this summer, going out, having a good time. If you've been thinking about going to school, getting a certification, whatever the case may be. But Spirit says planning wisely, planning ahead. Yeah. We have the devil, and the devil comes up with people who try to get in those plans, people who try to interfere in your plans, and people who try to speak death over your plans. This is why it's a great thing that you being a Cancer, you kind of isolate yourself and you're very selective, because the devil is always lurking. The devil is always lurking. There's always somebody waiting to like catch you slipping or try to speak negatively into your life. They try to keep you from enjoying your life and being able to move forward because they're jealous and they don't really want to see you doing better than them, or they don't want to see you excel in general. But Spirit says, joke's on them. 10 of Cups. You're going to have your 10 of Cups. You're going to be able to enjoy this summer, to enjoy this year. So just know that. Yes, there's also going to be some trials and tribulations. There's going to be some things that you're going to have to get through and work through with the 10 of Wands. You might feel a little overwhelmed at times. You might have some stress coming in. But Spirit says at the end of the day, you're going to have a 10 of Cups. Okay? You're going to have a 10 of Cups this spring. So I would say going into May, the next 3 months. Also, Spirit says it's up to you because the Judgment card is here. This is Major Arcana. So we have the Devil. We have the Devil. And we have Judgment. These are both Major Arcana cards. And Major Arcana cards is like, it's the main focal point of that reading. And so what Spirit is saying for the springtime for you, also, you can be your own worst critic. Don't let your insecurities get the best of you and make you feel like you're a failure because you're not exactly where you want to be just yet. It takes time, okay? It takes time. So give yourself grace and be patient with yourself. That's the thing. Sometimes the devil is us. The devil is us. Our own negative thoughts can hold us back. Our own insecurities can hold us back because we're thinking, oh, well, I need to do this. I can't do this if I don't have this and I don't have enough money to do this. Think about what you can do. What are you able to do? What can you sell to gain the money to get the thing that you need to do this thing, right? Can you break it up in payments? Can you break it down smaller? Can you create a savings account where you save up a small amount over a certain period of time and then you'll reach that goal? Spirit says, less of this, more of that. More of making decisions. You decide the trajectory of your life. You get to decide, Healing Hearts, if you want to go to the Bahamas this summer, baby, you can do it. You can do it. You may have to be very strict. One thing about financial literacy and saving money and paying down debt, it takes discipline. You may have to make some sacrifices where you do without certain things that you really, really like. And I know you're a Cancer, so you love comfort over anything. You love to be comfortable. You love to have nice things. But when it comes to being strict on a goal, you have to have the discipline and consistency to say no to certain things, to delay instant gratification for long-term success. So there may be a few things that you can do differently or do without in order to put towards a long-term goal, if that makes sense. But Spirit says you decide. You're the judge here. The Judgment card. You make that decision. You make that call. What are some things that you need to rearrange? Are there some subscriptions that you need to cancel that you really don't use for real and it's just a waste of money? Is there anything that you're just wasting money on that you really don't need? You could do without it. It's just extra. You know what I'm saying? Is it possible that you could pick up a side hustle? Do something on the side? Is it possible that you can invest in yourself and get a certification or a license in something that's going to increase your income to help you get towards a specific goal financially? Yeah. Queen of Swords. Spirit says, play no games. Play no games. Stand on business, whether that's at work or whether that's in a relationship. Stand on business. Stand on business. The Strength card is here. You're stronger than you think you are. And sometimes standing up for yourself and saying what needs to be said, whether feelings are hurt or not, is going to be the right way. Because some people need to be told about themselves. They've gone so long unchecked and it's your turn to check them. Nine of Coins. There may be a masculine coming into your energy who actually does want something stable with you. Spirit says it's going to come unexpectedly. I have the Tower here. This is about divine intervention because in your past, I have Six of Cups. You've been through a lot of situations and connections with people that just were not reciprocal. It wasn't healthy. Them people took you for granted. I have the Four of Cups here on the bottom of the deck. These people did not appreciate what you had to offer. They did not. And so Spirit's saying, when I was talking about karma, what goes around comes back around. You might even have an ex. Keep in mind that we are in a retrograde. You may have somebody from your past try to reach out to you to try to reconnect. Just when you least expect it. Because they realize what they missed out on with you. But Spirit says, cutthroat, Queen of Swords, no can do. We don't do leftovers. We don't dig in the trash. So if once it's over, it's over. It's a wrap. Them trying to come back is just to see if they still have access to you. It's not anything more than that. They haven't changed. They're still the same person. Just Spirit's just letting you know. But going forward into the spring, like going into the summer, between now and like May, June, Spirit's saying focus on yourself. Focus on what you want going forward, because you get to decide going forward what it is that you want. And if it's not bringing stability, if it's not this Knight of Coins energy, Knight of Coins energy is somebody who's willing to put in the effort, to put in the work to get the result. If it's not this type of energy, we don't want it, baby. You know that saying, go hard or go home? Go hard or go home. There's this song. It reminded me think of this song. There's this song by Marcellus the singer. If you don't know who Marcellus is, listen, you're not from down south. Marcellus the singer. So do it right, Mr. Do It Right. If he ain't gonna do it right, he don't need to do it at all. Basically. That's it. No, ain't no half stepping. Either they're going to come correct or they need to move to the side. That's why I always say date everybody. Date them all. If you like them, if you like what you see, give them a little chance. You know what I'm saying? Give them a little chance. Talk to them, you know. But if it ain't, if they ain't really about nothing, they ain't really talking about nothing, just move right on along. Don't even be bothered. Don't even let yourself be bothered like that. Because they will waste your time. They will waste your time. So I hope that concludes our readings for today. Thank you guys so much for hopping in. Thank you to all of my new moderators. Yvette, Leandra, Healing Heart 77. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Latoya, Leela, Miss Keys, everybody, sending y'all love and light. And until next time, love y'all and peace out.